the Bambushi Happy Hour Reality TV Spotlight, and this is part 2. And today we are talking about the Perfect Match cast reveal. How are you, Ma?
I'm doing great, sweetie. Just can't wait to get into this Perfect Match season.
I am Peju Bambushi Roethlisberger.
And I am Naomi Bambushi.
All right. So we are going to be doing the reveal today. Some of these people will be familiar to you and some of them not so familiar, but we're going to have fun with it. But we like to always start off every episode with a little toast. So, Ma, can you lead us in with the toast?
Okay. Well, good luck to this cast and this season's Perfect Match. And we hope that at least some of you will find
love.
The perfect match.
The perfect match.
Salud.
Salud. Okay. Woo. Alrighty. Now, as we start off, I'm going to start off with a familiar face. This is Scott from Love Island. Now, he was on a couple of Love Island shows. He was on 2 seasons of Love Island, and he was on Love Island Games. He's been on 3, actually. And he's back on Perfect Match, and he's also a soccer player.
Okay.
So, what are your thoughts on Mr. Scott? Offhand, just giving him a nice little look.
Just looking at him physically, Scott is pretty attractive. Okay, he's well built. He's just pretty much a cutie pie. Without going into too many specific details, he's well built.
Well, everyone is going to see this. So
okay. Well, I don't think he was much of a hit on the other shows. Let's see what happens on Perfect Match.
Well, people felt bad for him I remember on the first season of Love Island that he was on, they felt bad because they felt that his connection had kind of turned against him and wasn't treating him right, and they didn't understand what happened. And so then they brought him back for another season, and he was kind of in the back somewhere.
Okay.
So we'll see. Maybe Scott will do well on Perfect Match because he is a good-looking guy.
Yes, he is. Good luck, Scott.
Now, this young lady, you do remember her, Sandy. Now, Sandy was on The Ultimatum, Marry or Move On. Now, she was on the most recent one that we saw, and she had the guy that was kind of like all into her and wanted to marry her. And he was a little bit older, but you can tell he had some, addiction problems, and she got paired off.
He liked to drink quite a bit.
And she got paired off with the tall-looking black guy with cornrows.
Yes, I remember very specifically. Well, good luck.
She has a cute outfit on.
And the outfit is very cute. Apparently, her and what was her fiance's name?
Well, they broke up on the show. I don't remember his name,
that's what I was going to say. That clearly
they
didn't
get engaged.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I guess they just decided to go their separate ways. So good luck to her. She seemed very much like she's looking for love. So let's see how it goes.
She seems flirty.
Okay.
All right. Now this man here, I remember him. Okay, he was on Love Island, and that was Ray. Ray, I think, may have been on the same season that Scott was on there, but he came on later as a bombshell, and I think Ray bombed.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say this. He has a winning smile. So let's see how the rest goes. I don't recall his personality in particular.
I don't think he
if anything was really
much.
strong or giving or whatever. But let's see how he shines on the Perfect Match. And more to the point, let's see if he makes a connection.
Now, maybe he has a good personality, like you said.
Absolutely.
Just off bat, looking at him, he doesn't necessarily... No, everybody has their, preference and looks. So I don't want to be too harsh on his looks. Cause
what do you mean, no?
He's not necessarily like a bad-looking guy, but he's not necessarily someone that when you think of Love Island, and Ray was on Love Island.
Yeah, but you know what? Love Island, they have a lot of people that look, different ways.
This is the UK one, I think.
I'm going to say for Ray, he looks very virile. He looks very masculine. So for people who like that, macho look, he has it.
He has that look.
He definitely has it.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move on to another young woman who I am not familiar with. This young lady, She was the Bachelorette, Rachel. So her name is Rachel Richa. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing her last name, but she was the Bachelorette. And so she's back looking for love. Now, I can tell you already, that's a red flag to me.
Yeah.
You were on the Bachelorette.
Right.
So...
and you had how many guys?
Right. And
25, 30?
And you had a longer probably time to get to know these guys.
Absolutely.
And you're on the perfect match.
Are you looking for the perfect match, or are you looking for the perfect career?
Right.
Okay.
And that's kind of where I'm looking at her.
Okay, red flag for you, Rachel.
Okay. Moving on. QT, my girl QT.
QT, didn't I just see her on one of these
Battle
competition? Battle Camp.
Yes, and she also was on The Circle.
Yes.
Now
I remember QT.
Now I like my girl QT. I don't know if this is the show for her because I don't know QT. I'm not sure because she likes to do games and strategic games. I don't know. I guess love is a strategy.
Yeah, absolutely. QT, we don't know what you're doing, if you're standing on business or standing on pleasure or a little bit of both.
Right.
In any event, good luck to you, QT. We look forward to seeing you on Perfect Match.
Okay. Moving on, we have Ali. Now, if you have not heard about Ali before the show, no.
Okay.
Him and AD are engaged to get married.
Oh,
they met on the show, so they already spoiled part of the show.
They don't need to be back on there together.
No. Their relationship happened so fast. They recorded this in July or August, or whenever they recorded it.
Okay.
And they met, fell in love, and AD got pregnant, and they're engaged.
Oh, so we're looking at what has already happened to them.
We're looking at what has already happened.
Yeah, because I was getting ready to say.
And Ali got built up because when he was on the UK Love Island, not Love Island, Love is Blind. Yeah, I see he was working out.
Well, let's just say
Probably
Ali has a very defined chest, a very defined physique.
I'm telling you, he wasn't like that on Love is Blind
he's
UK.
Like that now.
We don't know how he is now.
He's like that on this picture, and he looks fabulous.
Okay. And AD thinks he looks fabulous too.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. I am not familiar with this woman either. She was in Temptation Island. I am not a Temptation Island person. Olivia Ray. I don't like the whole thing with Temptation Island. I feel like, it's just ratchet without a lot of redeeming qualities.
Got it.
Maybe that's just me.
I am not a Temptation Island person either, and that's good because we need to see some faces that are unknown to us and some personalities that are unknown to us. So that's great. So good luck to you as well. And what's her name? Olivia?
Her name is Olivia Ray.
Okay, yeah. Olivia. Good luck to you. I hope you find the perfect match.
Now, moving on, we have a young woman. Okay, Madison. I'm trying to remember. She was on Love is Blind. I'm trying to remember who she was coupled up with because I don't remember.
I recall the name, but I can't recall who she was coupled up with. But clearly, it's over.
Yeah, it's over. And I'm trying to remember, was she... Nah, I have to look her up.
If she was in one of those triangular type situations, or something like that. Yes,
something is missing here. Madison, when people, no, I can't say that because I was gonna say when people go on Love is Blind and they come on Perfect Match, I think that's a step down. But we see AD and we see Ali, so let's see. Maybe you can find your perfect match.
You never know.
Okay.
Good luck.
Anybody so far, Ma, that stands out that may want to couple with each other that you can think of as we continue through?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
All right. Next, we have, and this woman is from Too Hot to Handle, Lucy. Now, I don't remember her from Too Hot to Handle. I have watched a couple seasons of Too Hot to Handle, but I didn't watch the first season. And Too Hot to Handle, to me, became like what I think Temptation Island is, just, ratchet with no redeeming qualities. Okay. Now, I don't know. Maybe she'll show us something a little bit different.
Okay.
Any thoughts on her? Just
no,
first?
Not at all. No, no thoughts. No.
Okay.
She doesn't stand out. She seems to have on a little classier dress than the rest of them, but that's about it.
Okay.
So far.
All right. We have someone that you are familiar with, and that is Louis, however you want to pronounce his name. This gentleman does look familiar to you, I hope. He was in battle camp. He got sent home by his friend. That was from Squid Games, and he also was in Too Hot to Handle.
And he was nice.
He was nice.
He was a nice guy.
Now, when he was on Too Hot to Handle, he was playing a different game. You know, he was everyone wanted him and blah blah blah. On Battle Camp, it was more of a redemption for him. I liked him on Battle Camp.
Yeah. Well, I really only know him from Battle Camp.
Okay, so I don't necessarily trust his connections, but we don't know.
Okay.
Go ahead. Any thoughts on his?
No.
How about his physical appearance, Ma?
Well, I remember that he was a cutie. This picture is not very impressive, but I remember seeing him on Battle Camp, and he was very attractive.
Yeah, he definitely was attractive on what was it, Battle Camp?
Yes.
But yeah, because he has on all his clothes here, so you can't really see
there
anything.
You go.
So yeah, that's really the truth. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So moving on is my girl. Okay, and this is my girl. What's her name? Justine. I keep forgetting her name. Yes, Justine from Love Island, USA.
Okay.
Now you remember Justine. Justine got paired off with Jack, with the cutie Jack, and they did Love Island games, and they won. She's also been on the challenge. Her and Jack dated for a little bit, but obviously it fizzled off. I really like, and she's best friends with Shelly from that does the Love Island USA After Sun.
Yes,
they're best friends.
Oh, nice. I'd like to see Justine with the Louis.
With Louis?
Yes.
I would like to see that as well. I think I like Justine. I want her to, find a match. I think she really does want to find a match, although I've seen her in other shows, but she's like in really, really good shape. Like I said, she was on the challenge. Mm-hmm. I think she may have won the challenge. She's pretty good. Mm-hmm. So Justine, I'm wishing you luck. I like Justine a lot. Okay. Now I do not know this lady here. Do you like her dress, Ma?
It's cute.
So she is from Siesta Key. I have no idea what the hell Siesta Key is. And her name is Juliet Porter.
Okay,
so
Juliet,
let's see your personality and see what happens. The dress is cute. That's all I have to say.
Alrighty.
All right, now you know him. We just talked about who he was paired with earlier from the Ultimatum. We just showed her. Was it Samantha earlier on? In the slides, we just showed her. Huh? Remember, okay. She was, and he got paired with the girl whose man had some addiction problems. Seemed like he was.
Yes, I remember him very well.
And he was paired,
and they seemed very smitten with each other.
And his girlfriend was really pretty and really nice and put together.
Right,
but I guess something was missing for him.
Something was missing for both of them apparently because they split.
We saw her on Pop the Balloon.
Pop the Balloon. Yes, I recall.
His name is JR.
Yes.
Well, he's like a personal trainer.
Yeah, JR will probably go back with Samantha. What's her name?
I think it's Samantha. Let me check her name again because I think her name is not Samantha. It's Sandy.
Sandy. Okay. Yeah. Okay. He'll probably go back with Sandy.
Yeah, because they were all over each other.
They had certainly a strong physical attraction. Everybody thought they had gone to the extreme.
Yeah.
They denied it, but who knows?
I don't believe them.
I don't believe them either.
I don't believe them at all.
And that's what was running her boyfriend so crazy.
Yeah, and he went cuckoo. Okay. Next we have this man. Now his name is Jalen. Now I do not know Jalen. Jalen is from Too Hot to Handle. Like I said, I watched several seasons.
He doesn't look too hot on here.
No, that's what I'm saying.
He doesn't look too hot to handle at all on here.
Yeah.
Not on this picture.
Anybody you can see. Oh, you know what? We'll go back and you can tell me because you already told me for Justine. You already said who you want, but he doesn't look too hot to handle.
I told you for Justine and I told you for JR and Sandy.
Yes. All right. So moving on to this young lady.
Not that I necessarily want them together, but just that I think they might find their way to each other.
Yes. Now, the mole. I remember her from the mole, Hannah. And so this is a different look to have somebody from. No, well, we had someone from the mole on here before. So they normally have big personalities. People who go on the mole and come on here.
Okay.
So I'm interested to see if she's really looking for a genuine connection.
Okay. Let's see if she's true to form. Let's see if she has a big personality.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Now I have somebody else coming up from Love is Blind UK. Now you saw him. He was in the same season with Ollie.
Okay. He's
cute guy,
very handsome.
yeah,
Yes.
And whoever he was paired with, it just did not work out. I'm trying to remember who he was paired with.
I don't remember either, but he's certainly attractive.
Yes. I think he will have no problem.
I don't think so either.
Finding someone here. Okay. Now the next person, I kind of remember him, but I don't. He was from Dated and Related, and his name is Daniel Perfetto. Yes.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Dated and Related. Oh, I don't even like the sound of that.
No,
one.
I know, but it's not the way it seems. It's just, they just had people in the show, like siblings, but they would each go with someone else. It wasn't like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see. He's okay, right?
Yeah, he's not bad looking. Okay.
Now, this guy here is from Temptation Island. He doesn't look like he's tempting anything. And that's Cody Wright. Does he look like he's tempting anything, Mom?
Not too much. But maybe there's more to him than meets the eye.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
I hope so.
Okay. And then we have Clayton. Now,
What?
Clayton.
Oh, boy.
Clayton is the bachelor.
Yes, and Clayton is built.
He is built.
For sure.
He is built. I do not like that haircut. Is that the style now?
I don't know. You know, they did change their hairstyles every week or two or whatever.
Yeah.
So, no, but he's good looking. You know, he's just a haircut off. He is good looking.
Okay.
Don't you think he's good looking?
He's a good looking guy.
Yeah, and he's certainly well built.
I don't think he'll have a problem finding a lady.
Nor do I. I think he may even have multiple.
I think so too. All right, and next we have, who is this? Is this Carrington? Yes, this is Carrington from Love Island, USA. Carrington did not, I don't think Carrington did too well because I think he was on there for like 5 minutes and they threw him off because I barely remember him. He's okay. What are your thoughts?
Carrington, let's see you later on when you have on less clothing.
And let's see your personality.
Right.
Okay.
Friendly smile, I'll say that.
Okay, this young lady I think is from Temptation Island. Alex Zamora. I don't know. I just can't really get much from this picture. She looks like she wants to start some trouble. Cute girl, but what are your thoughts, Mom?
I don't think Alex is going to have any problem. I think she'll have her pick of the fellas because she seems like she's flirty and friendly. Just based on this picture.
And finally, AD. Now we know AD ends
well, it's kind of unfair to even
right.
talk about AD because we know the story with AD.
Right. So good on AD for coming back because she was not treated well in her season of Love is Blind.
She was not treated well, but you know what? She's back again with a new love.
And I hope that she's getting her fairy tale ending.
I hope so as well.
Okay, so Ma, we got to go back through them again. So Alex, do you think Alex? Who do you see her paired with? Anybody that stood out, or just we don't know yet?
It's too soon.
Some people you can see paired up with.
Well, I've only two so far.
Only two so far. Well, there's three.
Which three?
Because AD
AD,
and
well, they're already,
they're already paired up.
Yeah, they're already paired up. I didn't really put them together. I'm just acknowledging that they are together. Right? The rest of these, I need to see a little bit more.
Okay.
Come on, Pay. It's premature.
Okay.
I need to see a little bit more because, especially with some of these guys, you really don't know. Sometimes the pictures are misleading. Sometimes there's so much more. Sometimes they're playful, they're talented. When they take the clothes off, they're playful, talented, and well built. And there's so many different things. Sometimes they could be a good listener. They could just be a good dancer, a good talker, very sexual, very supportive. You know, there's so much to a man. You know, or so much to a relationship.
Yes. Well, I can say that I can see Alex and Carrington together, and maybe I'm just starting trouble. I like these two together just physically, but we have to see them talk. Now, Clayton, I don't know. I can see Clayton with several different women.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
You're right. Does anybody on here stand out as maybe they don't need to be on this show just by looking at them?
Well, you're moving so fast, I can't tell. No, go ahead.
Well, Scott is good.
Yeah.
Sandy. Why do I keep forgetting this lady's name?
Well, Sandy, we know she can handle her handle. I think he is a lot more confident than his looks might express to us. Okay? Let's see who you got there.
Okay, we also have, what's her name, Rachel?
Who knows? That might be anything.
How about
could be anything with
QT?
QT we know is friendly and flirty because from the circle. Yeah. I remember.
And she was a Laker girl.
Yeah. So we already know, and we know she's in great physical condition. Mm-hmm. And so let's just see.
And she appears on a podcast that I like a lot. Rob has a podcast. She's on there.
And she is a very friendly.
She's friendly. Okay, Ali, we know what he's working with. Okay. Olivia, I think
Olivia's a wild card to me.
Yeah, but she seems like the typical woman that they would put on this show, like a vixen kind of, right?
Right, which means she will go with any of them.
That's true. She may go with some of the women.
There you go.
All right. Olivia, I don't see this as being the show for her. I don't see that.
That's a former bachelor?
No, Olivia was on Love is Blind. I mean, not Olivia, Madison was on Love is Blind.
Now, what makes you think this is not a good show for her? She's too serious.
She seems too classy.
She seems too classy to you? I didn't get classy from her outfit.
Well, okay.
I'm just looking at the picture and her, black
to me,
roots,
she's covered up.
Her black roots showing, I'm not getting classy from her. No.
I feel that she is not going to bring out the sexy. Do you get that?
I think that's what she's trying to bring out now.
Well, see, I don't get that.
Okay. Well, let's see what the other people get.
Yeah. I don't know.
Let's see what the guys get, or whoever she's going for. Could be women too.
Okay.
Now, to me, this is a much more classy dress.
But see, she was too hot to handle.
Okay, wait a minute. Which let me finish. Which means she's probably
the opposite. Which might work for her.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way I'm reading it. Just with her whole demeanor. Which with the other person that we just passed, the person we just looked at, I forget her name because I can't remember all their names.
Her name is Madison.
Okay.
My bad. From Love is Blind.
Okay, so for Madison, to me, her dress and her hair and her whole presentation is not classy, but she may in fact be.
Okay.
I don't know, but she's not giving classy to me. To me, this dress gives sexy, classy, but I somehow automatically don't think she is.
Okay. She was on Too Hot to Handle, so normally...
I understand that.
Normally,
I understand. Maybe she's trying to project something different now.
Right.
Well, I mean, who knows?
Because on Too Hot to Handle, you can't control yourself. You gotta have sex.
Right. You're too hot. You're just a wild nympho. Right. Yeah.
Speaking of another nympho, Lewis. Now, Lewis is not showing everything that he's working with from this photo. And
no, this does not present him in his best light. Because, in fact, he's attractive.
Maybe he is trying to further either his acting career, or either he's looking for a real relationship.
That's right.
Or maybe both.
There you go. Well, we'll find out, because he was extremely loyal on that boot camp show.
Battle camp. Yeah.
Battle camp. What did I say? Boot camp. Yeah, he was extremely loyal.
So we're good with Lewis on here. Because I need you to tell me somebody that you would boot from the cast.
Nope, not.
So nobody you would boot yet.
Well, because I don't know. I think it's premature for these things that you're saying. Because as soon as I see them in action, I'll start choosing people I want to boot. Okay, but just from looking at them,
I know you're not gonna boot my girl Justine.
Not yet. Okay. Oh, I will boot her if it,
I know you're not gonna boot.
I didn't think the dress was as cute as you thought it was.
Juliet?
Yes, it's okay. I didn't think it was as cute as you thought it was.
Well, you have better fashion taste than me.
Well, not necessarily.
I think most people would say that.
Well, I'm going to say the dress is okay, but
Okay.
She's not getting high marks for fashion from me. It's just okay.
Okay. And JR, we know he's gonna give drama. Do you find JR attractive?
Somewhat. He's well built and so forth. I don't like certain other things, but I don't necessarily like his person. I don't like his personality. I don't like his. Well, that's the problem.
And that would be
right. Well, see, that's the thing.
Me.
I don't like his personality. I think he's more physically attractive than he is intellectually and emotionally. I didn't like him at all. He was a complete turn off. His behavior, his attitude, did not like at all. But physically, I felt he looked good.
Okay. I feel you on that. Yeah, he gets lots of points down because of his personality.
Absolutely.
Okay, I feel bad. This man Jalen, too hot to handle.
I feel like Jalen is on the wrong show.
Thank you. And he was on Too Hot to Handle.
And that was not the right fit either.
No. Okay. Now, Hannah Burns from The Mole, I think she's trying to do something different because I think she's more of a strategic mind. But I think she's like, oh, let me just see what opportunity I can get.
Yeah. To me, she's got the right kind of look overall.
Like cute.
Yeah.
Non-threatening.
Right. To me, she comes right in
the middle.
Right.
She's
not at any extreme.
She's not like, oh my God.
And also, you never know what her taste may be in men and personalities. Yeah, she doesn't come in where she just is thrown right into any particular category. As these shows go, we begin to learn, don't just judge a book by its cover. And we see how people move, and she is a person who could move in a lot of directions. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving on, we have Freddie. Now, Freddie to me is just really cute. I'm sorry. Freddie just has like that cute...
Why are you sorry? Freddie's absolutely cute.
From the Love is Blind UK.
Yeah.
I think that he would do well on the show. He has that personality.
Yes, I think he will do well too.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to be on the show.
No.
But I like him on the show.
Right. Well, he's making a career move. Certainly, I don't think any of them are actually on there out of necessity. I think they're, I think 9 out of 10 of them are fine.
Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of people in their DMs.
That's what I'm saying. Absolutely.
There's lots of people in your DMs too, huh?
That's right.
Okay. So moving on. Go. All right. Now this young man.
Why'd you cut his head off?
Yeah. Well, nobody can see that. That only we can see that.
Okay.
So Daniel from Dated and Related, like you said, I kind of remember him. I need to see more because I can't tell if his soul has been sucked from his eyes or if that's a sexy look. I can't get much from this. What are your thoughts? He seems like he may be tall, but tall doesn't do much for me at this stage of my life. But
what do you mean by that?
What? When you know how when I was young, like I used to.
You mean younger?
Younger, right?
Yeah. When you were younger, you only dated tall men,
right? And they were too tall.
Let me just say with him, let's just see, because he has his shirt open and is that jewelry around his neck?
Yes.
And, he's, wearing the all white and he's well tanned and all that. So he's flirting. He's
definitely flirting.
Yeah. Whether his attitude and conversation will really back that up or whether he's a more subdued kind of flirt. Physically, he's not subdued.
Right.
But let's see what his actual behavior is. So he will be interesting.
Okay. Moving on, we have Daniel. I think Daniel, he's from Temptation Island. I don't see the temptation.
I don't either, but I don't see a lot.
I don't even like I don't like his outfit.
I don't see a lot. I don't know what he thinks he's giving, but not a lot.
He thinks he's tempting people. Okay. So to me, he could be off the show unless he has like this personality that likes to start.
Just based on this picture, he seems like a dud.
Okay. And we already talked about the Bachelor man, Clayton. He has a lot to give.
Listen, body. He's giving body.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else is underneath? Who knows? Personality and etc. Who knows? But just looking at him on the surface, he's giving body yaddy.
Okay. Now this guy we have from Love Island USA. Is it Carrington? I think it's Carrington. Carrington, I think, can go. I wouldn't have him on the cast. He was on Love Island USA. Unless he just has this dynamic personality, I'm not getting anything from this. I don't know your thoughts, Mom.
I don't know too much about Carrington, but he would have to do a lot to overcome that name.
He was on Love Island USA. You saw it and you forgot him.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He would have to do a lot to overcome that name. Okay. I just don't know. Not that he's bad looking, but he's
not bad looking. He just doesn't give a whole lot.
No.
Okay, and finally,
not feeling bad boy from him.
And finally, Alex, we have her from Temptation Island, Alex Zamora. She looks like she will be devilish. She looks like she will start some trouble. So I don't know who she'll be hooked up with. Like I said, unless Carrington is who she would be hooked up with. I don't know. But we don't know. Maybe she'll be hooked up with Scott.
Yeah. She could be hooked up with any of them. I think she would bring out the playfulness in all of them.
Right.
If they have it. Right? Okay. If they have it to offer, I think she'll bring it out.
Oh,
right?
For sure.
Yeah. Unless we're reading her wrong, she seems like would be an exciting element in the show.
Okay.
Right?
Yes. So that is it. We didn't need to go back to AD because we already know what AD is giving, and we already know the outcome.
And we know AD. I don't know how much she was given in terms of facial beauty, but certainly body yaddy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, so listen, we don't know much. We will see what happens on August 1st. If we get any other updates or any other additional cast info, we will certainly come back to you. But we're kind of excited because we actually have a couple who has made it longer than a week or 2 weeks after they filmed the show. Because every other couple they've had is all broken up.
They have all fizzled out.
Yes.
But we have one couple who's hanging in there.
That's right.
Okay.
We will be back with an all-new Bambushi Happy Hour on Thursday. Guys, don't forget to like this video and also subscribe to our YouTube page. We really appreciate you. We will see you soon. Bye. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and check out full episodes of the Bambushi Happy Hour podcast streaming on most platforms.